Salesforce Development, Lesson 15. Today we're going to be talking about creating reports. So let's get started. So basically, in order to create reports, well, before we start creating reports, we're kind of in the next step of our development steps where we're going to be creating reports. So let's go ahead and go back to our requirements. So these are the reports that we'll be creating for our reservation application. So the first one we're going to be creating is this plane inventory reports. So what we need to do is we need to go to our app launcher. Again, I like going through view all so I can see everything. And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and find the reports link here. And that takes you to the reports tab. And this basically gives you a view of all the different kinds of reports. There's some reports that are built in already at Salesforce, and these are put in these public reports. We're going to put our reports in the public reports folder also, because we don't care if everybody sees them. There's no secret about them. So we'll put those in here when we create them. So in order to create the report, as you can see up here, there's a new report. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All our custom object reports are down here under other reports. So any custom objects that we've created, they show up here in the other reports. And if you saw here, the first thing we want to do is we want to have a report of our plane inventory, all the planes in our inventory. So we're going to go to planes. We're not going to include plane seat information, so we really just need the plane. So we're going to go ahead and hit Start Report. And that goes ahead and creates a report. Now by default, it selects the name column of our plane object, but we want to add more. So basically all we're really doing is we need to add the make, the model, and the year, because those are the main fields that we have on our plane object. We don't care about grouping because it's just really just a report to output what's in there right now. So now we just have to go to save. And a couple things here. We want to choose the public reports folder. So we'll do that. The report name. Again, this is our plane inventory. Then the unique name, I'm going to give it basically the same, plane underscore inventory. I leave that little extra characters that Salesforce adds there for uniqueness. And then description of the report. Okay, shows the inventory of the planes, right, that we own. We'll leave it there. Click Save. And here we go. So now we should be able to do a run on it because this is saved already. We'll go ahead and run this. And when you run it, it opens up this analytics tab. And here we have a couple things. Here we have the total, how many planes. Again, if we had a lot more planes, this total would be higher. But again, it just gives you a nice overview of the planes that we own, what model. Again, if we had more fields, we'd probably want to display those out. But this right here is pretty much good enough for that for now. So again, very simple report. I'll go ahead and close the analytics tab, and we'll go ahead and go to our next report, since that was pretty straightforward. The next report is going to be a current flight inventory report. We're going to get an inventory of all of our flight records. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go back here. And so I'm going to say new report. Again, it's going to be other reports. And now we want to choose flight inventory. That's pretty good. Click our start report. Again, we're going to name this, let's see, flight inventory. And again, we're going to choose our columns for our flight. Basically, the important things were kind of the things that we chose when we created the flow, the reservation flow. We want to know what the departing airport is, start with the departing date and departing time, and do the same thing with our arrival airport, date, and time. Flight number is probably important too. And then possibly also see which plane we're using. So it's pretty much all the fields. Again, we can order this in a different way. I might want to put the flight number up here. No, that's fine. I think that order works for me. But again, you could rearrange these order very nicely there. There we go. Where's my flight number? This won't move up. I want to move. Oh, there it goes. All right. So then we have that there. So now we can go ahead and click and save. Flight inventory. Yeah, the one nice thing about, if you saw on the first one, on the plane inventory, I changed it here. And then the unique name was the old name and I had to change it. But if you change it up here, where I changed it this time, you notice that the unique name matches the change that I made previously to opening the screen. So if you want to save some time, change it here with the little pencil before you go to the save report. So here you have flight inventory report. And again, I do want to put this in public reports. Don't forget to do that, because then if you put in private reports, it'll limit who can see those reports. So, and we don't want to do that. So I'll go ahead and save it. And now if I go ahead and do a run, and here we have our flight records. We can see the departing, the arrival time, etc. So all this is laid out pretty nicely for us. I guess the only thing I would probably want to do is I want to order these by date. And I'd probably want to choose the departing date so that they line up a little bit better for me. So that's about the only thing that I want to change, because I want to change the ordering here. So again, I'm going to close this. Oh, gee, what did I do there? I'm going to have to go back to my flight inventory. Again, we saved it, so it's not a big deal. Oh, I have to edit, sorry. Go back to edit mode. So now I'm in edit mode. And now what I want to do is I want to change my sort. I believe you can change that here, where I can say sort ascending. Save. And then rerun this. And then by sorting ascending, now it's sorting by the departure date here. Because generally that's what we want to know, is we want to find our flights by when it's departing. Usually the arrival date's the same, unless you're flying more than 24 hours where you're landing the next day or something. But that would be like more of an international flight. Okay, so I think that does it for this report. And again, here we have our plane. One of the things that you may want to do, let me go ahead and go back into edit mode, is we have our plane here, and I think that's all we have. Yeah, that's good enough for now. We'll leave that there. Okay, so we were able to create two simple reports, our plane inventory report and our flight inventory report. So this will be part one of our creating reports. I want to break this up into separate videos. The next one we're going to tackle is we're going to do the flights in the next number of days. Let's say the next 7 days, what are the flights that we're going to be running? I might do 14 days or change the number of days here on this one. But we'll go ahead and do the next couple of reports here so that we can better see the different kinds of varieties and how to filter things out. Okay, so and before we forget, let's go ahead and pull our reports into here. So if you remember, our command for pulling data is let's see, it is SF project retrieve preview. Okay, we should see our reports. Yep, and here's our 2 reports. Again, it's unfiled public. It's going to put it in its own folder, and this is the public folder. And it uses that API or developer name for the report. So it's got that special code that it puts in there. So that looks good. So again, we're going to change this from preview to start. Pull those reports in, and then you can see how now we have a reports tab, and here the reports are starting. And it also creates this folder to say, hey, these are all going into the public folder. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so that other people can find out about it. Until next time, have a good day.